Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Laura and today's video is going to be the top 5 games that I've played so far this year. I have been doing a gaming challenge this year where I've been playing a different game each and every single week with a few weeks that I missed. But I have played 26 games so far this year. So it's a bit of a cheat on the title. I'm actually going to do 2 top 5s. I'm going to say the top 5 from the games that I've completed so far this year, of which there have been 9, and then the top 5 games that I want to get back to before the end of the year and hopefully finish, the ones I've most enjoyed out of the ones that I didn't actually complete. So first list is from the top 5 games I've completed. The first one is PictoQuest. This is a really cute little Picross RPG crossover type of game. It's very simple. I picked it up for very cheap in the sales. I think it was only a couple of quid, and it is on sale quite regularly from what I can remember. And as I say, it's quite straightforward. You just work your way through the levels. There's kind of a story that goes on in the background, but it's not anything deep that you would forget if you left it for a while. But I just really enjoyed going through, hopping from level to level, doing the different difficulties of the Picross games, and I completed every single level. I fully 100% completed this game. I did every single thing on it. Didn't take me that long, but I was just, the whole week I was playing that, I was absolutely hooked on it and I loved it. I do enjoy Picross games though, so obviously it blended well to my tastes. But if you like Picross games and you're looking for something a little bit different in the genre, I would say definitely check this out and probably wait for it to go on sale, maybe like I did. But if you've got money bags, just pick it up because it was really, really fun. Game number 2 in my top 5 of games that I completed was Botany Manor. This one is a new release. It came out onto Game Pass straight away, and the main character of this game is a woman who has her own manor and she wants to get into botany, be a professor of botany, but it's kind of set way back when, you know, women weren't allowed to do anything. So it's just her doing her research and putting her notes together, and the gameplay is you walking around the manor, finding seeds, finding clues within your surroundings as to how to get those seeds to germinate and then grow. I played this game piecemeal, so I didn't sit and play it through all in one go, which I think a lot of people did, and I think that's perhaps why it didn't get a great rap when it came out. People were really hyped before it came out, and then I feel like the reviews were quite middling, but I really loved it because I played it sort of flower by flower and I really enjoyed it that way. I think the main complaint about it is it's quite a short game, but because of the way that I played it bit by bit, I didn't find it to be short. I found it to be quite continuously engaging, and I stretched it out over a few weeks, so it didn't feel short to me. I felt like I spent quite a long time in that manor, in that world, and doing that research. This is another one that I 100% completed. I got all the achievements for it. I kind of, after I'd finished it, I was really close to having all the achievements. I think there was only 3 or 4 that I still needed. So I looked at a guide and found out what they were and just did them all before I deleted the game because I'd finished it. I really, really loved it. I think the art style was lovely. I think the clues that, you know, there was enough there to be going on with. It wasn't difficult where I had to get a guide out, but it wasn't too simple either. You did have to kind of think things through and do quite a bit of investigating to get all of the clues. So I did enjoy that. And I think it's really good. It's still on Game Pass at the moment. So if you've got Game Pass and you've not tried it out yet and you're interested, it is on there. And if you know anything similar to Botany Manor, please recommend it to me. I've been playing, this is complete sidetrack now, but I've been playing The Curse of the Golden Idol on Game Pass as well, and it's quite good, but I find it a little bit more overwhelming than Botany Manor just because the case, I'm on like the 4th or 5th or 6th case on it, and there's a lot of characters, there's a lot of questions, and I'm just like, I don't know if that's getting a bit too much for me, but that's a sidetrack, ignore that. Game number 3 on my top 5 completed games is Coffee Talk 2. I played this as my 2nd or 3rd game for the year, way back in January, and I absolutely loved it. It was as good as Coffee Talk. I know it was quite a long wait between Coffee Talk and Coffee Talk 2, but I think it was definitely worth the wait because it really paid off, and I think it was very similar to the first game. I think the quality level was there with the second game compared to the first game in terms of story and things like that, and I loved it. If you don't know Coffee Talk, it's essentially a visual novel where you play as a barista in a coffee shop that's your coffee shop, and you have these mythical creature, humanoid, you know, like it's a vampire, an elf, a succubus, and all these different sort of mythical creatures that come into the coffee shop, and they have their sort of storylines going on, and you just follow those. The gameplay mechanic is making them drinks, so you have access to certain ingredients and they tell you what they want and you try and make them a drink that they enjoy. enjoy. As always with this one, the latte art was completely impossible to me. I don't know how anybody ever does that. If you know how to do latte art in Coffee Talk, please link me to your video showing how to do it. I don't know if it's the Xbox controllers that I can't do it on and it's easier on Steam with the laptop, but I just honestly find it so impossible. Well, every single latte art I made was absolutely horrible, disgusting. But if you can do that, great. I couldn't, but I still enjoyed it, and that's the only thing. My only criticism of Coffee Talk is that latte art is so hard, but that was a great completion. I didn't 100% complete that, I only got one ending, but I still loved it. Game number 4 for my top 5 completions is Littlegate Game, which I also played on Xbox Game Pass. And this one I played on the recommendation of a friend on Instagram who said they thought I would absolutely love it and I should give it a go. So I think it was the week I was playing Potion Permit and I wasn't just really vibing with that, didn't really enjoy it much. So I thought, well, I'll just try something else, and Littlegate Game got its absolute hooks into me. I think I sat and played it for about 5 or 6 hours, couldn't put it down. You play as a little gator who has a big sister who's gone off to university or college, and she comes back and he wants to play with her the same way they used to play when they were little children, but she has got work to do and she can't play, she's busy. So he ends up going on a quest with his friends to try and build a game that she will come along and play with him, and it's really fun. It's like a cross between Zelda and a short hike. You've got this sort of open world that you're running around in. You have like an energy meter for climbing and things like that. You can fly, you can swim, you can surf, you can slide along on your shield, and there's just lots of different ways to traverse the world. There's lots of little mini challenges around as well. I completed this game. I didn't 100% complete it, but I have still got it downloaded on my Xbox, so I might go back and carry on with that at some point. It's absolutely no stakes. You can't die from falling. There are baddies, but they're cardboard cutouts, so you just hit those and they die. They don't attack you. Nothing is attacking you. It's, like I say, no stakes at all. But it was just really fun, and I found running around in the town fun. I found meeting all the little friends that you persuade to come back and play, so that you build this big game that your sister will play. The storyline between the brother and sister was great as well, and it was just charming and fun. And I think when you find a game that's really fun, that's the kind of thing I'm going to enjoy. I like to have fun. That's the point for me of games, to have fun. So that really ticked that box for me, and I loved Littlegate Game. And then the final game, number 5 for my completions, was Untitled Goose Game. Again, this is one I played quite a while back. I think it was like in February, but I loved it. It was so fun and mischievous, and you would run around as this little goose. You'd go into a new area, so you start off on this little vegetable patch allotment type situation, and you had this list of challenges that you had to do there, and it was things like steal his radio, steal all the food and put it on the picnic blanket to have a picnic, and steal the rake, steal his hat, and it was just ridiculous things like that. One of them at one point was like to make somebody fall over, and you had to honk just the right time to make the person fall over. It was just great fun. When Untitled Goose Game first came out, I really wanted it, but I waited for it to go on sale, and then it just did not go on sale for years, I think. And then as soon as it went on sale, I bought it straight away, and then never played it until this year when I finally put it in my play a different game each week for 2024 challenge, and then it finally gave me the incentive to play the game, and I loved it, and I kicked myself for not playing it earlier, and I can see why it got so much hype at the time that it came out, because it was just really fun. So that's my top 5 games that I completed, but as a little bonus, because it's, you know, the positive video, because there is a bottom 5 games I've played so far this year coming out, that's not positive, but this one is, so you get bonus 5 as well. And these are the top 5 games that I want to finish before the end of the year. These are games that I've started but not got to the end of yet, and I want to get them done. First up, Dragon Quest Treasures. I started this game first week of January. I started Dragon Quest Treasures, and I know this one gets such bad press. Nobody seems to like Dragon Quest Treasures, but I was really enjoying that game as I was playing it, and I went back to it quite a few times. Obviously the first couple of weeks I was playing Coffee Talk, which I finished, so I went back to Dragon Quest Treasures. I played Untitled Goose Game, which I finished, so I went back to Dragon Quest Treasures, and then that was kind of how the system was working. But then I have gone back to it a few times since then, and I'm still really enjoying it, and I still want to get to the end of it, but I've not had many short games in the last couple of months, so I've not been going back to my longer games for a while. Apart from this week, I've got a short game this week, but this is sidetracked. Dragon Quest Treasures, definitely one I want to get back to and finish. I don't know how far I am into it, probably like 12 hours or something, and I think it's like a 30-hour game, so I'm maybe halfway through, but I do feel like I was doing a lot of dilly-dallying and not much of the main storyline, so I might need to see where I am with that. The second game that I want to definitely get back and finish this year is AI The Somnium Files. This is the sequel, AI The Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative, the sequel to the first game. I am loving this. This is the one that I've probably gone back to the most over the whole year, just because it's storyline based and I want to keep up my kind of consistency with where I am with the storyline, and it's just crazy. If you've played AI The Somnium Files, you will know that these games are a little bit insane. The storylines are completely over the top. The behaviour of some of the characters is crazy questionable, but they are fun and twisty, and I really like twisty storylines with games that are visual novels, which AI The Somnium Files is a visual novel. The story has to be good because that's the main part of the game. The first game, the storyline was so good, and this one so far I'm a little bit confused, I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what's going on, but I do remember being that way on the first one, and then as you get towards the end, everything just kind of falls into place and you're like, wow. Like, what the hell? That was crazy. It's a roller coaster. You don't know where you are, don't know what's happening, and then it all comes together and you've like, your mind is blown by how good they are. So I've got every faith in that, and it's definitely one that I'm looking forward to getting finished. Sorry about that. Minor phone storage drama. The third game on my list that I want to definitely finish this year is Yokai Watch. This is a 3DS game that I had sealed for years and years and years, and then finally this year, through my playing a different game every week challenge, I finally picked it up, finally opened it, unsealed it, played it, loved it. Kicking myself for not starting it earlier. Yokai Watch is a little RPG where you collect yokai or little ghosts that you keep in a similar way to Pokemon, and they fight battles for you. It was a really unique battle system that I'd never seen before. I'll try and insert a little clip of me playing it, which I recorded for that vlog that week. You essentially like move this dial around to sort of revive or attack, and then you build up special attacks, and it was really interesting and quite a good battle system that, like I say, I'd never seen before. I found it to be quite unique. So I really loved that. I was probably about 10 or 12 hours in, and I think it's about a 30-hour game, so about a third of the way through, and I feel that I probably could get back and finish that at some point this year. But I was just really enjoying it. It was just really sweet, really cute, really fun. I loved it. So I want to go back and get that one finished. Game number 4 is Princess Peach Showtime. If you've not played Princess Peach Showtime, you're basically Peach. You go around different levels within this theatre where the story takes place, and you have a different outfit in each level, which kind of goes with that level's abilities that you need to get. You get like special abilities that work for that level, and that is the game. And it was another one that was just really good fun. Take a shot every time I say fun. I really enjoyed it. One of my favourite levels was actually probably the bakery level, which is included on the free demo. There is a free demo for this game if you want to play that. If you want to play my favourite level so far, it's on there, you can play it for free. Yeah, I just enjoyed it. I like the way you do different things in each level. It makes it fun and engaging and just sort of keeps it interesting, really. I did all of the first lower level, a little bit of the level above, so I'm hoping that with another sort of half week on that, I'd actually be able to finish it, tick it off my list. And that's partly the reason why it's kind of on the list here, because I think realistically I could get that finished quite easily with another half week. And game number 5 that I really want to get finished this year is Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I want to finish this game because the week I played it, I think it was the week after Princess Peach Showtime, I did the first bit where you're running around the village. I did all of the Deku Tree dungeon part. That was as far as I got, and I was actually quite enjoying it. I'm a little bit hit and miss with Zelda games, to be honest. I played Link Between Worlds and absolutely loved it. Really, really fantastic. Played it all the way through. Brilliant. I tried Link's Awakening, but just didn't really get on well with it. I started it, but I just kind of lost interest in it partway through. Started but didn't finish Breath of the Wild. Don't think that game's for me. I'll try it again at some point one day, but I just don't think that's quite for me. And now I've started but didn't finish Ocarina of Time. But I do feel like Ocarina of Time is probably closer to something I would finish. Same with Link's Awakening, to be honest. I think if I went back to try Link's Awakening again, I'd probably get more into it, and I probably would be able to actually finish it. Yeah, I think because Ocarina of Time is so highly regarded by people and I was quite enjoying it, it's one that I'd like to get back to and finish for that reason. So those are my top 5 best games that I've completed so far this year, and my top 5 games that I really want to get back to and finish this year. So you get a top 10 for this video. There is going to be a follow-up, which is my bottom 5 games of the year so far. So there's a few games that I've really not enjoyed, and I will be talking about those in the next video. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you with us, and I will be back with another video very soon.